So when we first found out about it, he was pretty young that there might be indications it was going in that direction. So when he was in preschool, we had an amazing preschool teacher who had a strong background in literacy and child development. And she said, you might want to keep an eye on this. And so as he got older and progressed, we kind of kept an eye on it. And it wasn't until about the beginning of first grade that we were able to get a real diagnosis in that direction. And so it wasn't a surprise to us when he was formally diagnosed, but it certainly was, an adjustment for our family in terms of how we supported him as opposed to our other son. And just really be mindful of things that might benefit him and make him feel a little more confident in school. Even though, we had some confirmation about his diagnosis, the school where he attended had used Dyslexia Connect to support students on campus with dyslexia as part of their tutoring and academic achievement for students with special needs. And so I had a great relationship with the principal of that school, and she kind of said, even though he's still pretty young, and really it isn't until, second and even third grade that there tends to be a lot of support for students with dyslexia. What if we got him exposed to some potential tutoring early on? And so in first grade, he was able to get tutored at school through Dyslexia Connect and the relationship the school had with Dyslexia Connect. And we saw just huge, confidence and improvement that he was getting at school. And so that began our relationship with Dyslexia Connect. His reading, and particularly his letter recognition and sight word recognition, was significantly below grade level. So he was really struggling. He was at least 1 to 2 grade levels behind in reading. We're really pleased with David's progress. We see such a huge improvement in his confidence and his willingness to try to read for us or to try to read in class. Whereas before he was really engaged in Dyslexia Connect, there was just this immediate fear that he would have tied to reading. And, we're just so pleased with seeing that confidence continue to grow as his knowledge continues to grow. Yes, when he gets online with his tutor, he just lights up and he's so excited to prove to Miss Nancy that he, can do what she's asking him to do. And it just has been really, really a positive thing for our family to see that growth. That's a great question. So both of my kids lived during COVID and went to school
Sure.
during COVID. So their comfort level with doing things online is probably higher than most adults. And so I wasn't really worried about him being able to be successful. I feel that Dyslexia Connect really sets that time online appropriately for his age and development. And he is really engaged during the whole tutoring session. The way our house is kind of set up, I'm typically working while he's going on his tutoring session. And, I see him actively interacting with Miss Nancy throughout the entire tutoring session. Yeah, the flexibility is really nice. We live in a pretty rural and remote area. And so for us to try to get him to in-person tutoring in town would be really difficult just because of the drive and the weather conditions during
Oh,
certain
yeah.
points of the year. So it allows him to really engage in some really strong academic tutoring from our home. And that's a really huge benefit for our family. I would certainly recommend Dyslexia Connect to others. We have really no complaints. I feel that the product and the support that is being offered is perfect for our family. We're really happy. We're looking forward to seeing continued growth for David as he continues with the program. But yeah, we're overall very pleased.